Scorpio, welcome to your weekly general reading. This is going to be for the sign of Scorpio. It is not going to resonate with every single one of you out there. This is also not Sun, Moon, or Venus sign specific. Any Scorpio placement that resonates with you, there may be messages that will also resonate. Personal reading information, any jewelry seen, all linked and listed in the description box. At the end, we will pull some oracles, give you a little bit more guidance for the week. Otherwise, Scorpio, we are jumping right in. I do only take jumpers, so I appreciate your patience in advance. All right, first two cards out, we have the Nine of Swords and Major Arcana, the Emperor. Aries energy could be important to you. So in your past position, I am seeing that there has been some strife. Someone has been experiencing some sort of strife, you know, unable to sleep, a lot on the mind, monkey mind energy, anxiety, nightmares. What else do we have for Scorpio with the Emperor energy here? This could be pertaining to work or maybe surrounding a boss. It also could just be you taking action, whoever it is that's in this sort of strife energy, choosing to take action, choosing to take their power back, choosing to sort of get themselves out of this, you know, not so stellar energy. What else do we have for Scorpio, please? What does Scorpio need to know? Let's get the whole story. We got the Page of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. Some of you might be nervous because you're being watched at work. We also have Major Arcana, the Temperance card. Sagittarius energy could be important. Okay, so I am getting a vibe that for some of you, this may be dealing with work. Some of you may be worried about some sort of position that you are either being considered for, worried that you may not get the position. But with this Temperance energy here, it's saying, don't worry. There is no need to worry. It's only a matter of time. The worry doesn't get you closer to the outcome. There needs to be a level of control that you sort of take over yourself and your emotions and your mind. Not so much your emotions, actually your mind. There needs to be a balancing in how you think and the amount of pressure that you put on things to happen a certain way. You know, Hangman, Major Arcana for Pisces. And we also have the Judgment card, Major Arcana. So 1, 2, 3 Major Arcana out of 6. Not too bad. Bottom of the deck is another Major Arcana, the Magician card. So this is saying you have the ability to get out of whatever sort of mind state that you're in right now. If this is not your energy, this is someone that you're dealing with. Lots of masculine energy here, male or female, it does not matter. Someone that is in a sort of action-oriented energy or needs to be in an action-oriented energy because there seems to be too much crap in the brain. Like someone has a really unhealthy way of processing things in their mind, or over-processing, I should say. It's not even processing, because processing is fine. But when we get into this sort of energy, where it's consuming us, things that we cannot control, you know, it's like, how is my interview going to go tomorrow? You can't, like, how are you going to know that? And stressing this much, guaranteed is not going to help you. A lot of the times, this is what makes you not get the job, because you come off very, you know, unsure of yourself. It translates into a body language. So I think the advice here is that for whatever this is, if you're dealing with someone that likes to overanalyze and scrutinize and pick apart and think about things repeatedly, it needs to stop. There needs to be a balancing in the way you think about things, because it's almost like nothing is going to happen or nothing is able to move forward until you balance the way you think about things, right? Need to be able to release control sometimes. That could also be what the Emperor is suggesting, that someone does have some sort of control complex where they feel the need to control things, or they overanalyze or mentally obsess over things that they cannot control because they think they have control. Very illusionary energy, because no, you don't. You have control over shit, really. So there is a need to lessen that, balance the need for control, because at the end of the day, it all comes down to the divine, which is very much, this is divine energy here. This is usually the fixed angel, the guardian angel. And it's almost like they're keeping you stuck until you can get a hold of yourself. Nothing is going to be able to move forward until you get over yourself, because we have two energies here of a pause. Temperance can also be patience, but with Hangman is also a pause energy. But it also is a need to see things differently. Instead of using your mind energy to obsess about things that you still cannot really predict accurately, use it for something else. With the Page of Swords here, this is some sort of job or some sort of higher leveling up in any aspect that you're trying to accomplish. Spend more time studying and learning your craft. Observing the company that you're trying to apply for. Observing the field that you're trying to get into. Learning more about it. Becoming more knowledgeable in that field. Use that brain energy to do that as opposed to do this. Equip yourself. Be prepared for the opportunity so that when the opportunity does present itself, you are ready. You are confident. But the control doesn't need to be in how it's going to go. The control needs to be on how equipped you are to handle it, how ready you are for what it is you're asking for. And until that is figured out or until that is balanced, there's not going to be any movement forward. It's like the divine is waiting for you to get this through your thick skull. Here's the movement forward that wants to happen. You know? It's almost as though it's also feeling like this Judgment card is like final decision. I don't know what that decision is about. We also have the Magician card here and the Four of Cups. Someone could be afraid that they're going to miss an opportunity. That could be what the overthinking is about. Not being very happy with the options that they have to choose from. That could also be what they're stressing about. Worried that they're not going to get the option that they really want. But there is some sort of clarity here in conversation, communication, information that's going to enable you to move forward. More swords, though. More swords, right? There is some sort of transformation that wants to happen here, maybe by Scorpio season. But it's saying your mind, body, and spirit all need to be in alignment. There's a lack of alignment within you. You're not balanced. So things are unable to move forward because of the lack of balance. You need to get a hold of yourself. Get a hold of yourself. Learn to balance yourself. Learn to center yourself. Learn to not try and control things you can't control and maybe focus your energy on, you know, being prepared for what it is you're asking for because it's coming. It's only a matter of time. This is telling me it's only a matter of time before it happens. Before the communication comes in, before you find out, before you get the word. And it's like almost like the realization, like I really didn't need to think myself into a coma because it's like I got the job anyways. All that thinking, all that, you know, nervous wreckness was for absolutely nothing. For some of you, you might get multiple opportunities where there maybe a decision that needs to be made. It's like you were fussing and hussing about one particular option. Then you got a whole bunch of options. And some of them are even better than the one that you were stressing over. What do we have for Scorpio, please? But this is definitely a need to control or need to balance the need to control. That's what it is. Balance spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. So there we go. That's exactly what I'm getting here. The balancing of the spirituality and the practicality. The practicality is the control the ego thinks it has, right? The spirituality, though, is the leaving room for miracles, leaving room for luck and these type of things, leaving room for the divine to work their magic, because they can do some shit that we can never do. And they do it in ways that we would never think of doing it. So as I said, you might be pining and waiting and overthinking about one particular option or one particular opportunity, and then you get a whole bunch of other opportunities that are even better that you're going to have to shift and choose from, pick and choose from. So there is a balancing that needs to happen here. If there's any particular aspect of your life that is stuck, it's because of your mindset around whatever it is. There's a stressing here. There's a stressing, a sort of you know, a heavy sort of stressing, overthinking, trying to sort of like pre-see what's going to happen before it's going to happen. And that's, the divine's not going to let that fly. They will keep you here until you learn to chill. Until you learn to balance how you perceive things or your need to have things happen a certain way. Skunk spirit, there's way too many, go take them. Know your worth, very much vibe I'm getting. The skunk doesn't give a shit if you think it smells or not. It's well aware that it stinks. You think it's going to stop it from going on late night food runs? No. because a human might happen to see it and it might happen to stink. No, it don't give a shit. It's going to go get that food. It accepts itself for who it is. This is confidence, right? This is saying have that confidence. Know you're going to get it, because this is very much this energy too. Heavy on the Aries energy. Aries season, we just entered Aries season actually. So Aries season could be pivotal. If you're waiting for some sort of communication, could be happening in Aries season, or waiting for something to move forward. Clear out the clutter, frog spirit. Yeah, the clutter in your mind. This is clear out your mind. Maybe some meditation is needed too. This is giving me maybe some meditation, and that type of thing will be helpful. Koi fish spirit, there is always enough. So this is saying stop thinking of what you don't have. Less of the glass half empty and more of the glass half full. And watch how fast it comes to you, because it's already yours. The divine is just waiting for you to get your mind right around it. It don't want to give you nothing that you're not mentally prepared for, because you're just going to end up right back to where you started. It needs to know that you can handle what it is you're asking for. That's it. That's all. You know, and it knows you can't lie to the universe. It knows if you really learned the lesson or not. So the longer you try and fake learning the lesson, the longer it takes, the more discontentment and boredom you experience. I think this is just needing to switch focus. Start preparing for what it is you're asking for. If you want a new car, start buying car accessories. Start buying, you know, little garbage dispensers and tissue boxes to put in your car, because you know what? You know you're going to get that car. Stop worrying about, well, am I going to get the car? Am I going to get the car? Go to the store, start getting your little air fresheners, get the stuff ready for that, so that when the car comes, you just put everything in it, because you already knew you were getting the car, right? Ask yourself if it will matter in 10 years from now. If it won't, don't sweat it, because this is very much someone sweating something. This is a sweater here. So the universe wants you to stop sweating it. They want you to chill out, okay? So they can give you what it is that you're asking for. Plus some, it looks like, because it looks like you're going to get even more than what you expected. Heavy on the koi fish spirit. That could be significant to some of you. But that is your reading, Scorpio. Hopefully it resonates. Thumbs me up. Leave me a comment if it does. I will see you guys next week.